Hi everybody, thanks for stopping in again. This is take number 8 million, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if my computer wants to correctly save this as a high quality file. Uh, if it doesn't this time, I'm just going to upload it as 480p and pay the consequences. Anyways, so here I am today to cover the new Godfest that we are getting. Well, for me, it's 2 a.m. So tomorrow, Saturday morning, we'll be getting it. Saturday at midnight. Um, so yeah, let's take a look. The Godfest is back with many powerful monsters. 20 Godfest exclusives. Oh, sorry about that. Are appearing for a limited time. See the lineup below. Now, I'm gonna preface this whole review with a quick TLDR for anyone who doesn't care to watch 5 to 10 minutes of a moron rambling about cards. Uh, what I would say about this collab is roll. Even if you have basically everything from this collab, roll anyway. If you didn't become poor rolling Yu Yu Hakusho, roll this collab, because it's now worth rolling anything with an increased chance of trade fodder materials, that being, in this case, Rodin, Bloatin, Metatron, Scald, Shit, Eshamali, Fenriviz, Baldin, Sharias Roots, Aten, Amenomina Kanushi, and Nay and Cotton. Simply just because, not only because a lot of them are due for new evolutions, but also because um, all of them are fodder for the collab trade monster exchanges. And if my pull rate and everyone else who I've talked to, with the exception of a few lucky people who just rolled out of the blue and got Yusuke, teaches me anything, it is definitely worth it to spend on this collab and attempt to get a couple of GFEs to trade than it is to blow $200, get 2 shitty diamonds, and not be able to get Yusuke without nuking your box. That's pretty much the gist here. So anyways, I'll go in depth in all these cards here. That's the end of the TLDR. Also, I apologize. I know I say a lot. It's a tick I have. I really don't know why I do it, but I'm sorry. Um, so we have Blue Odin again, like I stated earlier. You're mostly going to be, oops, sorry about that. Getting Blue Odin solely for trade fodder at this point, though again, with most of the Odins, I do believe, they are due for a new evolution, bar the shitty weapon transformations. So potentially they could get an evolution in the future, but for now they're mostly just trade fodder. Metatron was good, still is viable. You can clear some content with Metatron if you get it, and it's your best card to lead with. But I would argue that Metatron, oh, excuse me, it's too late at night for me. I would argue that Metatron is not particularly great right now, and if you do roll her, maybe keep 1 or 2, but other than that, you could trade them without it being called a loss for any collab. The next is the Norn Scald. I think Scald sees minimal play at this point, though minimal is not nothing. She sees very little play, I should say, but little is still some play. So yeah, she's playable if you get her, but again, she is a GFE, so tradable in specific uh, monster exchanges. White Beast, Demon, Ilm. Again, Ilm is tradable, but also Ilm is a pretty good card these days, so might be worth keeping it if you roll one. Next we have Kaide. Kaide is one of the ones you definitely want to keep if rolled, specifically because Kaide just got a new Green X lead evolution, and it's fantastic. It's basically mini, slightly more consistent Amen, and that's great because you don't have to nuke your MP to buy it, and you get a great leader. That is, again, if you want to count the fact that she requires 6 orbs remaining instead of 3, uh, twice as consistent. Kana, I don't know what Kana is used for. Haven't really seen much of her, but I'm sure there's something. I mean, she's a decent card. Shiet, or what I like to call currently shit, because it's basically what she is. Just absolutely unplayable shit. However, just like Woden, Rodin, and Metatron, is fodder for trades, so that's good. Also, she's due for another evolution soon, and hopefully that's good if she does get one. Eshmali is not awful right now, so if you get one, keep it. At more than one, not sure if it's worth keeping. However, I like Shit or Shit. She's probably due for another evolution soon, TM, and hopefully that evolution is strong because Eshmali's best boob girl. And Fenrir Viz is subpar right now, but is subpar because it can have blue-white, blue or white-blue evolution rather, and those two colors work well with Yusuke, who's arguably best card in game at the moment. And yeah, that's a redeeming quality for any card. Next up we have Ballsack. He's terrible. If you roll him, trade him, unless you don't have one. And even then, maybe trade him, because he's probably still not even good enough. Next we have Shirai's Roots. Shirai's Roots is a fantastic card. I don't think Shirai's Roots is viable trade fodder. I think it's a worthwhile card to keep at least one of, if you don't have one already. Maybe 2, but after that you're pushing it. Next we have Dentalion. Dentalion is definitely a good card, worth keeping if you get one. Again, as with Shirai's, good card, but probably not worth keeping more than 2. You could definitely trade one away. Paimon, obviously you want Paimon. This is one of the prize cards from the Godfest. Gremory, I don't know that Gremory sees much play. I still use her, but that's probably because I'm terrible. So don't take my word on that. I think Gremory is still a decent card, but like I said, while she doesn't see much play, like Shit and Eshimali before her, she is probably due for another evolution sooner rather than later. And if not, whatever, she's still not a bad card to have. And if you do get more than 1 or 2, obviously trade it away. A 10, right now, a 10 is not good for anything much more than an inherit. And if you roll more than 1, definitely trade, because he makes for good fodder. Amino Mina Kanushi, or Amen, or Ameno, or Amino, Mina, Kanushi, whatever you want to call him. Feels weird to call him Amen, by the way, because then I feel confused with the Monster Point Shop one. And just for clarity, that is who I meant when I was talking about Kaide. Kaide is a slightly more consistent version of Amen from the Monster Point Shop, not Ameno Mina Kanushi. But Ameno Mina Kanushi is a good card. Has colors for Yusuke, which is always a good thing. Still a decent leader, even if its multiplier is not particularly high. If it's all you have, that's fine. Good card, fine enough. Next up we have Kami Musubi. Kami Musubi is a decent card. Don't personally have one myself, don't have much experience using it, don't really see streamers use it too much, but I know it's a good card, so again, worth keeping 1 or 2 if you roll them, obviously. Next we have the 2 prize cards coming out of this machine. We have Nei. Obviously keep Nei, keep 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 4. Don't nuke Neis unnecessarily. Obviously that's should be a given. Same thing goes for cotton. Don't be nuking your cottons for no reason. I would argue that there's no point getting rid of your cottons unless you have every form of cotton, because they're all fantastic cards in their own right. Yeah. So to wrap things up here, roll. If you're not poor from Yu Yu Hakusho and Gung Ho hasn't molested you enough on the RNG from the machines, or if you're feeling lucky punk, then roll. Yep. So thanks for stopping in, guys. I appreciate it. Please leave a subscribe and a like if you could. If not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Have a good night. Bye.